Hello YouTubers, my name is X Factor. This is Rogue Transmission, Conquest size large. As I double check for an XP booster. Every time I forget, kind of makes me sad in the pants. So I typically do that at the beginning of a round, then mid-round, based on how long that round's taking. So I'm going to be showcasing some MBT gameplay and engineer gameplay on foot because I lose my tank because I make a pretty critical error. I'm using Sable Shell, HMG, APS, which saves my bacon, and of course reactive armor. I think this is my biggest pet peeve in Battlefield when playing Conquest is people not fighting on the burn. A lot of people love to just spawn in, take a couple steps, and then start shooting the bad guys. Well, flags like this, they could be sheltered. We're actually losing the burn right now because we don't have enough people. So if we keep trying to shoot the fish in the barrel, they're going to win this flag. Then we're going to become the fish in the barrel because they spawn on the outskirts of this zone. And that's pretty much 90% of the flags in Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3. The spawn zones are outside of the burn area. So do everything under your power to eliminate the bad guys on the flag while fighting on that flag zone. If it's just one guy, you might make the difference just being on that flag, staying alive until squad mates spawn or more people come in. So APS is going to save my bacon here. I'm 57 health, and I'm about to take an RPG square in the ass. If he gets that straight shot, it could be up to 55 damage. So the first thing I do is I'm going to pop APS and try to turn around and kill this guy. So that APS would eat that one RPG. Put a touch up of a repair and just try to get out of dodge because obviously they got to spawn off back there and there might be more guys. So the last thing I want to do is stick around waiting for people to pop their head out. So with the Sable Shell, it has a very fast trajectory. The only bad news is it does not one-shot transport choppers. It does not one-shot attack choppers or little birds unless they're damaged. And there I get lucky again. Obviously, the transport chopper and the attack chopper were both damaged. Now, if you use the HE shell, which I love on certain maps, it will one-shot the attack chopper and a little bird and do up to 81 damage on the transport chopper. Here's another instance of this flag going down, so I'm going to try to contest the burn and help my team eradicate the bad guys. Because again, if you're not on the burn, you're basically letting them win that burn. And the last thing you want is for them to take that flag and give them a severe advantage at that instant. So if you're a piece of armor and then you lose the flag, they're probably going to spawn in as engineer. So not sure what this jet is doing. I'm guessing it's somebody's taxi cab going to kill it anyway. And this is the power of the HMG. It's got a lot of drop, but it can still do some damage at range. I always have an infantry solution on my tank because infantry is what scares me as an armor pilot. Not other pieces of armor, not the air, it's the infantry. Engineers have a million solutions to kill you, and most of them are pretty nasty, including the straw, the law, which is auto lock on, and of course the RPG hits like a truck, javelins, slams, and of course mines as well. So this is my mistake. They get our back cap, and I go rushing in with 0 infantry support and go to the middle of the flag. I let an LAV get that ass. He pops his APS, eats that first shell. I'm in a lot of trouble because it's not just the LAV that I'm battling. It's infantry. It only takes 1 or 2 infantry in the conjunction with a piece of armor to ruin your day. So I'm forced to be an engineer, and I hate all things that fly. Hiya! And check, it's a little bit spicy if you guys couldn't tell throughout this round. The round before, I almost went flawless with some infantry gameplay. And of course, that boat, I believe I was running burst 25 millimeters and then TV missiles. And that kind of got people fired up a little bit. So this is a great spot to play if you're helping a push. You're putting that elevated pressure on them. So these guys can't just look down. They can't just run to the edge, because I've got a great line of sight on them, a great position, and then obviously that guy is getting either C4'd or mined. So he could have been full health. That RPG could have set off the sandwiches, mines, slams, whatever goodies were being dropped, and that is a great support player. I simply said on VoIP, hey buddy, can you just drop ammo at your feet? Thank you so much. And we're working with a commander as well, who was also pretty helpful. I requested a couple of scans when I was doing some solo infantry trying to cap flags, and that's very helpful. If you got a squad member or a squad that's going back for back caps and they're alone, try to give them a scan. It really helps out, an infantry scan. Don't worry so much about the armor scan because they could usually hear that and then peek their head around the corner and spot it for the other armor and other infantry. So as you can see, most of the map is flashing, and that's the problem when you get stagnant in a hold like this. This is one of their last flags, so of course the majority of the enemy team is going to be here, so it's tough to take. That's the drawback. If you take forever to take a flag, they probably leaked out, they probably got around, and they're probably taking other flags. The question is, how do you respond, or how does your team respond? It's all about control and conquest, and that's why I do the majority of the time. You guys always see me in my footage running from one flag to another, trying to stop the outbreak before it gets bad. A lot of people say, well, that round looked really easy. They are easier if you stop the 1, 2, or 3 people pushing those bat caps, but if you don't, then they get a spawn bomb off, they've got the flag, then they're starting to push your other bat cap. It's not going to be easy. So at the end of the day, it's up to you. How hard of a round do you want? Do you want something that's pretty easy going? You just got to control the chaos before it gets out of control. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this armor and infantry gameplay. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you did enjoy this, don't forget about the old thumbs up. We'll see you soon, YouTube.